Well, when I was 15, my family was touring up in the Northwest. We were up in South Dakota. We went to a place called Water. And, I don't know if you've ever been to Water, but their claim to fame is free water. I thought water was free everywhere, but apparently, I guess when they built the place in the 30s or whatever, water was hard to come by and people charged for it, and Water famously did not. And I mean, hard to come by out, on the prairie, I guess I should say. And getting to water was kind of a thing. So Water famously gave people water just for free. And so my grandmother was with us, and she, she was just with us on the tour, and we went into this restaurant. We've been driving all day. We went into this restaurant, and we all sit down and we open the menus, and everything's really expensive. And you didn't expect that in a little place like Water in South Dakota. And so the first thing she says, we look at the prices, and she goes, "Well, thank God the water is free." And I made a mental note. I was like, "Oh my gosh, that'd be a great song." Thank God the water is free. I don't know what it means, but anyway, I guess I was 15. And 10 years later, I was driving through. I'd had that title, for my since then, for 10 years, maybe 11 years. And I'll never forget, I was driving through Nashville, going back to my office on Music Row, and something about a billboard I saw sparked something that sparked remembering that title. And all of a sudden, I just saw it all. It was like a movie. I just saw that what the Water is Free means. And I just saw Adam sitting, by the creek. I was like, oh my gosh, and he needs, it's a metaphor, and it's, and all of this. And then I saw Moses, and then how do you make that apply to you and me? What is it I need? What have I tried to get? And that the water that makes me need the water that's free. And so it literally, by the time I got back to my office on Music Row, I think the song was finished. I think I had all of the stuff, that I had all the metaphors kind of dialed in, and actually, I had actually written like a cuss word in it, and I when I played it through, I realized I don't need that, But the original was, "I sold my soul just to eat from that damn tree," and it was kind of a funky cadence, and I was like, you don't need that. And anyway, that's how the Water is Free was written, and that's where it came from. Is I really have to credit my grandmother for just that wonderful quip, just great wordplay immediately. Just the prices are too high. Thank God the water is free, and it just set the whole tone for me. But it took 10 years. I'd process it for years, and I don't know. I think it's important to keep those ideas tucked away. Maybe write them down in your book or whatever. That's what I've always done. That's the Water is Free.